We're gearing up for summer camp. We've hired staff, a great group of young people. The brochures are out, registration's underway. We're making sure all of our policies and everything with our accreditation is fully implemented for safe and professional operations. We've been doing this over 50 years now in this conference. Georgia-Cumberland Conference, that's our collection of churches, has said this is a priority to provide this opportunity for young people each and every summer. Have you ever stopped and asked why? I think that's a good question to ask. Why? Well, we found that there's incredible growth that takes place. Most importantly, spiritual growth.
I think it's cool to be able to be witnessing to people, not just through like preaching or whatnot, but also just through developing a friendship. And with that, kids are definitely receptive for friendship and for fun and for energy. And so it's like a good atmosphere where you can share God's love with campers, with your coworkers as well when they're down or whatnot. And I just think it's awesome.
We do a morning worship, a little bit of songs, and then our camp pastor for the week gets up front and he talks about his theme for the week. And he'll tell a story, or he'll give a Bible story, or a story from his life, or a story from somebody who made a big difference in the world, and he'll talk about how that's important for them. And usually that'll tie into the evening plays as well.
I do cabin worships every night, but we decided to do something different one week, and we decided to do cabin morning worships. So I'd have them come out on the porch if they wanted to, not a requirement, and we would start reading through one of my favorite books in the Bible, Galatians. And it started out of just one or two kids would come out on Monday morning. But then once we started reading, we would get through like a chapter a day. When we started reading like a few days into it, we started like only getting through a few verses because we were just so into deep discussion about it. And the few kids that did start coming, the other kids started coming out and realizing how great it was. So by the end of the week, the whole cabin was actually out there. We were going through Galatians. We finished the whole book. Some of the other cabin mates started to come out from the other cabin. It was just a really great experience. And actually, I still am in contact with some of them. And they contact me every once in a while saying how much they loved reading through that. They started reading through other books in the mornings as their personal devotions.
You can see the maturity of campers in Campfire from Sunday when it's just staff members singing because all the campers are looking around and making sure that they're not the ones singing first, to Saturday night when the campers are out singing, all of us staff members, and you just see the joy, you see the passion, you see the love in each and every single one of them, and you understand and see how much camp means to them and how they will go away changed from this 1 week.
Campfire programs, it's a lot of work. It's one of the main things that we work on during staff training is preparing these programs because they're the reason that we're there. As staff members, being up there on stage, it's really neat to take on these roles and really portray them so that the kids can see who Jesus is and what he means to us. And then after Campfire, the counselors get to go back to their cabins and share their personal testimony and answer questions. And the kids get to have the opportunity to make a decision for Christ. And that is why we do camp.
That Friday night, I had taken each of my campers aside and just talked to them personally and just prayed for them and asked them if they had any prayer requests. And I had some girls really open up to me, and even though it was near the end of the week of camp, the girls, like, their attitudes completely changed when they saw that I cared about them and that I was willing to pray for them, and it really changed the dynamics of our cabin.
So why do we do this? I hope it's really come into focus for you that there are amazing differences and changes that happen both in staff and, more importantly, in campers when they come to camp. We know this is true from camper surveys, but we also do a parent survey, and I have a few results from one that was just done this year. The survey says, "My child came home more positive and upbeat about his or her relationship with God." 92% positive response. The evening programs were interesting and spiritually uplifting, 94.5%. And Cohutta Springs Youth Camp is a program I trust without reservation to recommend to my neighbor. 96% positive rating. And we say praise to the Lord. This is a team effort that's been going on for 50 years. Are you part of the team? Do you know a young person that's in your midst that needs to be at camp that you could help? Would you like to be a part of the team? I want to invite you. This summer is going to be a special summer again. because God blesses when we bring our loaves and fishes and present them before Him. Thank you for considering what you can do. Thank you for being a voice. Thank you for looking out, especially for our public school students, our Adventists that are in public schools. May that be a special target for us this year. As youth director, I want to say thank you. Thank you for partnering to make this program a spiritual success this summer.